Well, how exciting it is for me to introduce one of my former students, now Executive Director of the Clear Thoughts Foundation. This is Cait Fenello. And Cait, welcome to the Butler Buzz.
Thank you, Tricia. Thanks for having me on today.
First, I'm just going to say I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I learned everything I know from you. So.
No. We're learning from each other. But,
Absolutely.
Clear Thoughts Foundation, I am thinking, because I had never heard of it before, that a lot of our viewers haven't either. So what is the organization about?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So the mission of the foundation is very simple, and simply put, it is to raise funds for dementia research. And I think, a lot of times people hear research and they sort of tune out because they say, hey, I'm not a researcher, I'm not scientific, I'm not in that world, right? And really, the best part about CTF is that it wasn't founded by researchers, right? So it's a story that resonates with, I think, so many of us. A story of a family who was in a doctor's office, right, and received a diagnosis that their father had been diagnosed with FTD, which is frontal temporal dementia.
Yep.
And they got this shred of hope, right, after a couple of years of not knowing, hey, what's up with Dad? He's not exactly the same person we remember. And they had the shred of hope. Okay, now we have a diagnosis.
What's
do we
the
do?
treatment, right?
We'll do anything, right? And sadly, they were met with, their hopes being crushed by the fact that there is no treatment. There's no cure. There's nothing on the market today that could give anybody, a cure for the disease, or even 10 plus years of cognitive living.
Right.
So that's really the heart of the mission of CTF. It's driven by that fact that a family put their foot down and said, hey, we want to make a difference for other families so that when they get to that diagnosis room, they have steps to move forward on, and they have, some hope and light at the end of the tunnel.
Right. I read about the family story also in preparing for
story.
today's interview, and I
Sure.
saw Haley's beautiful wedding picture and dancing with her dad.
Yeah, it is a beautiful picture. It's a picture that still brings tears to her eyes to this day.
Sure.
Because it's just hard to know that a man who was so
Vibrant.
intelligent, vibrant, smart, kept up on his health, ate well, exercised, was an engineer, now isn't here anymore. And sadly, all of those things that people say, hey, if you do all those things, you'll be
good,
clear of it,
right? Yeah.
And sadly, that's just not the case.
So, Cait, tell me, this organization, Clear Thoughts Foundation, was started in 2010.
It was, yep.
It is focused on research.
It is, yeah.
And can you talk a little bit about what kind of accomplishments have happened over the past 12 years? What direction are we going in today?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So one of the biggest accomplishments for the foundation really is the launch of our collaborative research model. It's called the CTF Consortium. We launched it in 2020, which everyone knows isn't the best year to launch anything, right? But very proud of our researchers for working through such a challenging time to make the program happen. And the most amazing thing about it is that it's a collaborative model that garners the expertise of multiple different researchers and multiple different individuals within the dementia space, right? So not only researchers, but still today practicing clinicians and neurosurgeons. So they all use, these different forms of this field that they're in to help further each other's research advancements at a quicker and faster rate than they would if they were, doing their research singly or siloed, right?
Right.
Which sadly is the case for a lot of research entities today.
Okay.
It's very, very siloed. So we're proud of our researchers, and we're proud of the advancements they've made in a collective model together.
Yeah, and I see, throughout the year you have hosted different kind of informational sessions.
We have, yep.
Right? Do you have anything like that on the horizon in 2023? How can our audience learn more about these opportunities to learn more, to participate, to donate, to volunteer, whatever you might need?
Sure, absolutely, yeah. So we have a couple different events that happen all throughout the year. Our educational event is called CTF Connect, and we do it every year, and it invites anybody down to our researchers' labs to learn right from them and to see where they're at every day, what they're doing, right? And then we have a couple other fundraising events that happen throughout the year that really is just a fun way for individuals to come together and help raise money to support the researchers right here in Pittsburgh.
Right. So in November, earlier, you had the Roll for...
Yep, Roll for a Reason Gala, yep.
I wanted to make sure I got that right.
Yeah,
Roll
sure.
for a Reason Gala, yes?
We did.
And how did that go?
It went extraordinarily well. Yep, we ended up raising over $170,000 for our
wonderful.
researchers. So we absolutely, thank you. Really, really fantastic. And had a lot of people come out and enjoy a great evening down at Jay Verna Studios in the South Side. So
Okay.
we do that every year, the first
November.
Saturday. Yep, first Saturday in November every year that happens, and it really is. It is an amazingly fun time. We like to say that it's a very serious disease that we're raising money for, but we're an extremely fun group of people who think that we can raise funds in a fun way, right?
Sure,
to
absolutely.
do good in the world. So
Right. Now, is dementia a growing problem in our community?
unfortunately, yes, it is. It's something that today, when you walk into a room and you say, "Hey, has anybody been touched by dementia? Or does anyone know a loved one touched by dementia?" Almost every hand is raised. So sadly, the statistics continue to rise for this disease. I think it's projected that by 2050, there'll be 150 million people worldwide diagnosed, which is 3 times the amount that's diagnosed right now. So the funding just doesn't match the scope of the problem, really.
Right.
Yeah.
And so people can learn more about this on your website,
Yep.
learn how to donate.
Yep, absolutely. Can make donations there, can follow us to learn more about upcoming events.
Okay.
when
Are
they're
you on
gonna
social
happen.
media as well?
We are, yep. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So
Okay.
all
Keeping
the social
busy.
media- Yeah, absolutely.
Executive
Keeping
director.
busy. Yep, absolutely.
Well, Cait, thank you so much with the wonderful work that you're doing. You and Haley, please tell her we said hello.
Yeah, absolutely.
And please learn more about how you can support Clear Thoughts Foundation. And Merry Christmas.
Oh, thank you so much for having us on. Merry Christmas.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all of Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, click on the subscribe button down here. Hey, I suggest you do both. See you next time.